Okay, so this is the follow-up video from the main Combi HE where I took off the diverter valve. So in that video I said there were two ways to sort out the diverter valve if it was causing the issue. So the first way, which I showed in the video, which was just taking out the body and putting a brand new body back in that you just bought online. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link in the description below, so you can watch it. It'll also show you how to take out the diverter and get to this stage. The second way I said, which I said I'll do in another video, which is this video, which is taking the current diverter valve that you have out of the boiler and stripping it down, servicing it, putting in new parts and putting it back in. Obviously this is the cheaper option. I think this kit was £20, something like that. But obviously this is the longer version because we're going to be taking it out, stripping it, cleaning it. It's a lot longer than just putting a new body back in. So this is for the main Combi HE, but it's also for the Baxi and Potterton version of these boilers. They're all the same company, but they've all just got slightly different boilers. So let's jump into it. So first thing we'll do is just open up my little surgical kit right here. Grab a, what do we want? We want a flathead. Okay, so I usually like to split this into 3 parts when I do it. So let's move my phone out of the way. The first thing we will do is take off the pressure differential valve off of the rest of the body. So this is the pressure differential valve here, and we can split it in 2 by just taking off these screws right there. So there's 2. So we will just take them out all the way because we will need to undo that section later. So there's 2, there'll be 1 on each side, and that should just come out. So we'll put that over to the left for now. Take those 2 screws, put them over to the left, and then now we're left with the rest of the body. So what I usually do is I do this in 2 parts. So first part I'll do this top section here, and then I'll do the internals of the body after. So let's try organize everything. So this is the kit you would get that fell out. So you would get one of those that is for here. So we'll put that, if you have space like me, then you can put them all in different areas, so it helps you out. We have our silicone grease, we'll put over there. That is for there. Okay, let's open up this section. This is for the first bit we're going to do. So here's this one, put it over there. Okay, so this is for here as well, the tiny spring. The longest spring is going to be for that head there, and the one that goes a little bit smaller will be for the body, so let's put that over there. This is for the main body. This is for the main body. Main body. Main body. Then this is for the pressure differential valve. Place that over there. Now you'll get 2 of these nuts. Okay, so this tiny one is for the back of the pressure differential valve, so we'll place that over there in that section. And then we have these 2 valves, 2 nuts as I was saying, and they're both the same. So we need 1 for the top section here, and we need 1 for the head here. So we'll just place that one over there, and you should also have a little silver washer. Get it out. Okay, that little silver washer, that is for, this is also, let's pop it on there, then we'll pop that over here. This one's already got on it. Alright, so let's start with this top section now that we have separated everything. So I have our 3 sections. So we'll start with our top one. First thing I do is just loosen this nut here while we have good grip while it's all together. Look at that, already unloosened. Okay, so we'll just unloosen it for now, don't need to take it off. And then we've got 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, that we're going to undo. I'll just pop them right here. Remember the first time I ever done this, I made a complete mess. I just stripped it all apart, not really paying attention. I was like, great, what goes where, which goes where. So that first time was fun. Okay, so that is those 4 screws up. Then this should pop out, and you'll either have the seal stuck in here or it might get stuck on here. So I'll just take a look. So this scenario is stuck on here, so we're just going to get a screwdriver to ping it out, like so. And that is an old seal, so we'll just throw that over here. Make sure this is all clean and okay. Then we shall get our new one, and we're just gonna put it back. So now that's it, nice and flush, if you can see. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our little pin and our spring. Put the spring on top, push it down like that, and then you're going to see it's exactly the same here. So take out that pin, put that over there, take out that spring, put it over there, and then we shall put them in like that. So we'll just pop in our spring like there, will sit in that little section, and then get our pin, push it there. Okay, so now we're going to place that this way. So the screw for the little marker switch should be on your right hand side. Now we're going to pop in our 4 screws. Okay, so we shall tighten all of these. Okay, that is the inner section done. Now we have our nut, so we're just gonna undo that. Change that over, so that's that out right there. And as you can see, the little silver washers stuck on our magic get off. So let's put those over there for now. And sometimes I found that they put silicone grease inside, but if it doesn't look like they have, then just open up your silicone grease. I can figure out how to open it. Oh, I think I've done it. No, I didn't. Just deceive me. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we'll just get some, and we'll just put it on the little pin here, as it's going to be sliding in and out quite a bit. We want it to slide in and out with the least friction. So, and then we'll pop our new nut back on here. So, and we shall grab our spanner and tighten that up. Okay, so that is that done. We are a third of the way done. Okay, so now we're going to take off this back section and this front section. So we shall start with the back. We'll start with the back. So it will go into here, and we'll just crack that open like that. Now, in your situation, it might be a lot stiffer than that, so you might need to use a pair of grips. So let's get some grips, and what I do is I just try to grab it on the body somewhere. Probably do it different each time. So you're just going to want to find a place to hold it, and then with the grips on one side, on the other side, you can crack it open. Okay, so that should pop out like so. Place that over there, and then we have a little goodie inside, and that would be the pin like that. So we do get 2 pins in this pack, and it's easy to get confused by which goes where, but there's a slight difference between them. One has a little peg on it and one's flat. So the flat one goes at the back, what we're doing now. So if you ever get confused, obviously you have the video to watch anyway, but I suppose you didn't. You just do it like for like. So I took that piece out there. So then what we will do is we will get our spring, which is the same shape, a little cone, pop it on here, and then that will go in last, finally, like that. So we shall just drop it in like that, try to get it to sit flush. Okay, so we've got it sitting flush now. What we are going to do is pop our spring in like that, and then finally we'll get our back nut and screw it in. Just taking your time, make sure you're not damaging anything, screw it in properly. We're not going to tighten up all the way because we're just gonna, there's 2 pins inside, make sure they align okay. So we'll just take off the front section now. Just like so. And then if you see, we also have a pin right here. And then that is our, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that. Let's see if I can use the light. You can see the pin inside there, sitting nice and straight. So that's sitting nice and straight. We shall get our one with the little peg on it, and then we're gonna place that in. So the other pin, here's an example, use the old one, should sit in like so, like that. So get it in, just gonna place it in, and then you'll know if it's sitting in because you won't really be able to flick it off. It'll be sitting inside, you'll be able to wiggle it, but it won't flick off anywhere. So, and then we are gonna get our new front screw, and we're just going to line it up with that pin there and start to screw that on. So now that we know they both lined up fine, we can screw in both sections now. Also, if you take a look to the side in here, you'll be able to see if they've lined up properly or not. You've got a nice little access window there. Alright, so we'll start by tightening up the front section, and then we'll do the back. Make sure those are nice and tight, like so. Okay, so now we are pretty much 2/3 done. That is the top done, the inner part of the body done, as you can tell by the difference of the colors. And now we can pop this to the side, as we're going to be doing the pressure differential valve now. So we'll just grab all our little bits over to here, and same thing, we'll just start by cracking this front nut while we have good grip. Just like so. Okay, as per usual, my battery died. I think I'm getting a new camera. I feel like for the short videos this camera is okay, but for the longer videos it seems to be not holding up so well, so we'll see. Alright, so where were we were on the pressure differential valve, and we were taking off this front nut, I believe. So we're just going to undo this nut while we have good grip, and then we're going to take off these 6 screws here. Sometimes I'm trying to look at my phone to make sure I'm getting a good angle and then do stuff like that. Okay, that is free, halfway done. I'm just going to apply pressure as we undo this last one, because the spring's going to start pushing it forward. Okay, so pop that out and we'll look at the internals in here. So pop that over there and we'll look at what we have here. So turn the time off. Okay, so we have our spring and our little pin. Pop that over there. The bigger pin we shall pop out. So it doesn't actually look in too bad shape, but we'll change it since we got a new one. Throw those over there. Okay, so I'm gonna get a new one, make sure the plate is okay, there's no debris in the way. Put that nice and flush, nice and flat, sitting good. And then we will take our little pin, grab some silicone grease, just shove it in the pack like that. Okay, then what we shall do is push that through like so, and then while we're here we can undo back one. Okay, so silicone grease is nice and on there. Then we're going to grab our tiny little washer if I can find it. If I can find it, I'm pretty sure I took it out of the pack. Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay, so we're gonna grab the tiniest little O-ring washer, which is right here. As you can see, little baby one, and we're gonna pop it on to our greased up pin like so. That's gonna go in there. We're gonna get our new nut at the back, push that on, and we're gonna tighten this up. Just nice and tight. Put a little bit more silicone grease on now. Wipe off the excess. I think that's the one thing I always do, which I ruin my trousers. Anything that's on my hands, I just wipe it on my trousers, which isn't really good. But okay, so we are there. That is done. That is tightened. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our other pin, the one I shaped like a little cone. We're gonna dip it in here if I can, or just squeeze it out. Place that on there. Get our spring. Pop that on there. We'll put that to the side. And we'll take this one out now. Grab our new one. Look at the little, for some reason there's a little O-ring washer in there. Alright, so screw that in. We can tighten it up after. So pop that on there. So if you're not sure how it goes, that will sit in there. Up on top. See if I can balance it quickly while I put it on. Okay, so then we're just gonna line these two up like that. And we will drop it on like so. Okay, then you're just gonna play around with it, try to get the pin through, and then I'm not sure you can see that by the pin through, it's gone flat. I have to play around with it a little bit to try feed it through, but let's see if I can do it again now. Put that there, line them up, boom. Okay, so now they're lined up. We're just gonna pop a few screws in. One there, we'll throw one here. Just tie them up. Just a little bit so we ain't got to worry about applying pressure for the spring. I think this one actually went out a bit of a funny angle, so let's fix that. Okay, let's pop in our other 4 screws. That's not the right screw. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is right here. Trying to make sure you guys get a good view of what I'm doing. It's pretty basic anyway, you should know what to do from here, just tightening everything up, doing everything in reverse order. That's strange, it actually has 2 of these in the front. I don't know why someone done that. Okay. That's that one. So usually what I do is I try to go opposites. Try to give it a nice even tightness. Now when I feel like they're all tight, I'll just go around in a circle just to make sure I ain't forgot any. So that one, okay, so that is it, pretty much all service. That one was pretty brand new as well. Wondering if I even put in the new one or the old one. Alright, so put that over there. We need these 2 last screws. Finally, we got all parts over there. So now we're just gonna put the pressure differential valve. I always find that quite a mouthful. Pressure differential valve onto the diverter body. So it's actually, if you look, there's the pin there and there's a pin there. So just gonna compress them and then we'll pop in our screws. So just make life easier, we shall get our screws and start screwing them in, but not all the way. We want them to be less than flush with the service, so we can just slot that on. So just less than flush. And then what we will do, what I usually do to make it easier, is I'll stand up like there and then just push that down like that, and then just look from the side, make sure it's sitting flat, and then I'll start doing up one of these screws. Now you don't want to go crazy with the first screw because we need to make it even on the other side and also make sure it's lined up. So just line it up so these 2 little screw holes are in line with that top one. So when we put it back in the boiler, we're going to need to put those 2 pipes back in, so we're going to want to make sure that is nice and straight. And then we're just going to tighten up the other side. So it's evenly tight on both sides. Okay, so that is it lined up straight, and that is it done. That is the diverter valve service change with new parts. Now when you put it back in, you should find that your diverter is working nice and good. But yeah, like I said, this is not just for the main Combi HE, this will be for the Baxi and Potterton version of this boiler that has the same diverter. So if you are watching this and you have a Baxi or Potterton, then same thing, you can get this kit. It's a universal kit. I think I got this one off eBay.